think that's going to drastically change in terms of the paradigm of how we operate. So we do operate on a global scale, we as in not just Dutch Lady, but as any manufacturing industries, we do operate on a global scale. And like Yoon Li mentioned, that leveraging the strengths of different locations is going to continue. What I think is going to happen is there is going to be some consolidation that's going to happen. And consolidation is going to happen at 3 areas. One is the alternative sourcing solutions are going to change. So every organization has got, let's say, for example, for all critical suppliers, 2 different locations, 2 different manufacturers, 2 different OEMs. That's to do with because one over the other. But in this case, besides over and above that, I think there is going to be a little more of a consolidation that's going to happen. Not whether it is centralized or localized, but every organization is going to look at its own supply chain strategy and say that how do we make it more robust? What we are going through is unprecedented. This is not geographical, this is global. So I don't think this is going to make a difference in terms of supply chain approach, but definitely supply chain strategies are going to change. Consolidations is definitely there. Small suppliers versus large suppliers, how we're going to weather through. But the second thing that's going to happen with this perspective is going to be that what is the alternative sourcing strategy? How are we going to put it into the different buckets? And that's going to change. That I think every organization is going to start looking at it. The third driver that's going to come in, and all the more now, is going to be that every organization is going to be under pressure from a cost point of view. Because we all know that this is going to have an impact in terms of the growth of the global economy. And that's going to put pressure on the cost point of view. So cost could be one of the big leaders in terms of what could be the supply chain strategy. So I don't think it is the pandemic that's going to affect the supply chain manufacturing strategy, but it's going to be internal business driven and the global economic sentiments. But globalization is here to stay. I mean, I think not just because of one pandemic that the globalization is going to go away, but it's going to become more in terms of alternative sourcing strategies and globalize, and from a point of view of which is the most optimum in terms of cost as well as sourcing.